Less than 1% of all beer brewed in the United States of America is actually certified organic. Read that again. With more than 9,000 craft breweries slinging IPAs and stouts from Maine to California, you would think organic would be everywhere. It is not. Most of the beer in your fridge right now started with barley that saw more spray than a middle school locker room. If that makes you do a double take, good. Because today we are cracking open the truth about organic craft brewing, and I promise it is way more interesting than another dude telling you hops are bitter. I am not here to lecture you while you are trying to enjoy a cold one. I grew up in the Midwest, where Friday night meant a cooler full of whatever was on sale and a bag of pretzels. I still love that vibe, but once I learned what actually goes into organic brewing, I could not unsee it. So let us bust some myths and spill some secrets, because most people get this stuff wrong. First, organic beer does not taste like lawn clippings. People hear organic and they picture a wheatgrass smoothie with a beer label. That is nonsense. In the United States of America, organic malt and hops are grown in real living soil, not in dirt that has been zapped with synthetic fertilizers for 20 years. Healthy soil grows stronger plants. Stronger plants build better flavor. It is like comparing a tomato from your neighbor garden to one that rode in a truck for 2 weeks. One tastes like summer, the other tastes like cardboard. I have had organic lagers that were crisp enough to cut glass, and organic stouts that tasted like a campfire, and a brownie had a baby. If your last organic beer was boring, blame the brewer, not the farm. Second, getting that USDA Organic seal is a straight-up grind. This is where a lot of folks tap out. To be certified organic in the United States of America, every ingredient has to be traced. The barley needs to come from land that has been chemical-free for 3 full years. The hops have to be grown without synthetic pesticides, which is brutal because aphids treat hops like an all-you-can-eat buffet. Even the yeast has to be raised on organic nutrients. That means more paperwork than a tax audit and more inspections than a health department visit. Small breweries do not skip organic because they are lazy. They skip it because it costs time, money, and a whole lot of patience. So when you see that little green seal, know that somebody fought for it. A third, organic does not mean diet beer. I have watched people at festivals grab an organic double IPA like it is a protein shake. Let us be clear. Organic tells you how the ingredients were grown. It does not delete calories. Yeast still eats sugar and makes alcohol. Malt still brings carbs. A pint is still a pint. You can drink organic and still need to loosen your belt. The difference is you are not also drinking residue from stuff you cannot pronounce. That is a win, but it is not a gym membership. Fourth, water is the secret boss of organic brewing. Nobody puts water on the can, but it is 90% of your beer. The United States of America does not regulate water under organic rules, yet the best organic brewers act like water sommeliers. Some pull from protected mountain sources in Colorado. Others run multi-stage filters to strip out chlorine and whatever else your city adds. I visited a brewery in Vermont that tests its well water every single week. Because if your base water tastes like a pool, your organic grain cannot save you. Great organic beer starts with great water, period. The grain and hops just get to ride the wave. Fifth, organic yeast is the quiet legend. Most breweries buy standard lab yeast and call it a day. Certified organic yeast has to be grown on organic molasses or grain, and it can be finicky. It might ferment slower. It might be moodier than a cat. But when it is happy, it throws off cleaner flavors and a smoother finish. Think of it like sourdough starter versus instant yeast. One is alive and complex. The other gets the job done. If you have ever had a crisp organic Pilsner that tasted clean all the way through, thank the yeast. The brewers who bother with organic yeast are playing chess while everyone else plays checkers. Sixth, organic does not always mean local, and local does not always mean organic. This trips people up. You can buy organic hops from New Zealand and organic malt from Germany and brew it in Texas, still certified. Or you can buy barley from the farm down the road that uses conventional methods. Super local, not organic. In the United States of America, we love to mix those ideas, but they are not the same. If you want both, you have to hunt for breweries that partner with regional organic farms. They exist. From the Pacific Northwest to the Hudson Valley, farmers are growing organic barley and hops just for craft beer. When you find a brewery that uses them, you are supporting 2 kinds of American small business at once. That is a 2-for-1 deal I can get behind. Seventh, price tags are real, and there is a reason. Organic beer usually costs more, and it is not just hype. Organic barley can cost 30 to 50% more than conventional. Organic hops are even worse because yields are lower and the crop is risky. Add certification fees, slower fermentations, and smaller batch sizes. And yeah, your six-pack climbs a few bucks. The question is what you are paying for. You are paying for farms that do not nuke the soil. You are paying for cleaner rivers. You are paying for a brewer who chose the hard route. If that matters to you, the extra cash makes sense. If it does not, nobody is forcing you to buy it. America is still a free country. Let me give you a relatable analogy, because this whole thing clicked for me when I stopped thinking like a drinker and started thinking like a cook. Brewing organic is like making chili for the Super Bowl. You can dump in canned beans, powdered chili mix, and ground beef from a tube. It will be fine. People will eat it. Or you can soak dried beans overnight, toast your own chilies, grind your own chuck, and let it simmer all day. Way more work, way more dishes. But when your buddies take a bite, they shut up for a second. That is the difference. Conventional brewing is the shortcut chili. Organic brewing is the all-day pot. Both fill you up. Only one makes you remember where you were when you tasted it. Here is my personal stake, since you asked for it. My uncle had a small farm in Iowa. He was the guy at every family reunion talking about crop rotation while everyone else talked football. I thought he was boring. Then I started home brewing in my garage after college. My first batches were all over the place. Some were good. Some tasted like I mopped the floor with them. The first time I splurged on organic malt from a co-op in Montana, everything changed. The mash smelled like a bakery. The beer finished clean with this bready sweetness I had never hit before. I called my uncle, and he laughed and said, "Welcome to the club." That was the moment I realized beer is farming in a glass. If you start with better fields, you end with better pints. Now I cannot unlearn that, and I do not want to. Look around the United States of America right now. We drink about 6 billion gallons of beer every year, 6 billion. Imagine if even 10% of that was organic. That would shift thousands of acres back to chemical-free farming. That means healthier soil that actually holds water during droughts. That means fewer inputs running into the Mississippi. That means more small farms staying in business instead of selling to big agriculture. Your Friday night beer run could literally be a vote for the kind of countryside you want to drive through. No joke. That is power in a pint glass. Now I know what some of you are thinking. This sounds preachy. It sounds like craft beer got too fancy again. I get it. Beer is supposed to be fun. It is for tailgates, for concerts, for sitting on the porch while the dog barks at nothing. I am not trying to take that away. I am just saying you can have all of that and still know where your drink comes from. You can crush a cold one after mowing the lawn and feel good that the barley in it did not come from a dead zone. That is not elitist. That is just aware. So where does that leave us? Organic craft brewing in the United States of America is small but mighty. It is hard to make, harder to certify, and easy to misunderstand. It is not health food. It is not always local. It is not cheap, but it is real. It tastes like the place it came from. It supports the kind of farmers my uncle would high five. And it pushes the whole beer world to be a little more honest. All right, time to kick this over to you, because Organic Matters is not a lecture hall. It is a backyard debate with better beer. Some people say organic certification is the future of craft, and if breweries do not adapt, they will get left behind. Other people say it is a green sticker that jacks up the price without changing the buzz. So here is the question that will start a fight faster than the last slice of pizza. If you had to choose, would you pay $2 extra for a certified organic six-pack that supports American farms and cleaner water? Or would you rather keep beer simple and cheap and let the farmers figure it out? Tell me your take. And if you have found an organic brew that made you do a double take, drop the name. I am building a list, and I want your favorites. Cheers, y'all. Drink curious, drink happy, and maybe drink a little organic next time.